everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about exponents. So let's start with that. What is an exponent? Okay, so if we write a question like, let's say 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, we see that 5 is being multiplied by itself 4 times. See, this is the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time. So we could also write this as 5 to the power of 4. So before we go into what this means, let's first split them into two categories. So this part of the exponent, is called the base. So this part is always the base. The bigger number, that's the number that's being multiplied. So see, 5's the base. This is the number that's being multiplied in the problem. And this other number is the power. So this would be the power. And that's how many times the base is being multiplied by itself. So this whole thing, this whole jumble is called an exponent. So this whole thing is called the exponent. So the bigger number is the base and the smaller number is the power, and it's always going to be written like this. So any other examples of an exponent would be like 8 to the power of 3 or 2 to the power of 6, etc., etc. And the bigger number is always going to be the base. So this bigger number is always going to be the base, this bigger number, and all of these. The bigger number is always going to be the base, and the smaller numbers always going to be the power. And just again, to recap, the base is the number that's being multiplied. See? You see it being multiplied. And the power is how many times it's being multiplied. And this is basically the basic of exponents. Let's work out a few problems here. So say we have a question like 3 to the power of 2 plus 2 to the power of 4. So how we would actually solve this is, first we would take the exponents and expand it and put it as a multiplication problem, and then we would just solve it out. So 3 to the power of 2 is equal to 3 times 3. So this may sound a bit confusing. So a way to remember how many times you're supposed to repeat, how many times you're supposed to write down the number is, see, for example, if we look at this one here, 3 to the power of 2, we can look at the power and we can say 3, so we write the 3 2 times because the power is 2, so we write it 2 times, and it would be a multiplication problem. So if we did that same thing for the next exponent, so we have the 2, so we're going to be using the number 2, and we write down the 2 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, we write it 4 times, and it's going to be a multiplication problem, and then we would just solve it. 3 times 3 would be 9, 2 times plus 2 times 2 would be 4, 4 times 2 would be 8, 8 times 2 would be 16, and then we would just add it and get the answer of 25. So I think you basically get how to do this. So you just turn it into exponential form and then add, subtract. So you write it out like this. So if it's an exponent, you write it out, okay, and then you just solve it, whether it's multiplication, division, anything else. So addition, subtraction. So multiplication and division can be a little bit more confusing. So let's try it with multiplication and division. So we would have 3 to the power of 2 times 2 to the power of 4. We would write it out again. We would write it out again. So we would have 3 times 3. Instead of adding, we would have a multiplication sign because we have a multiplication sign here. And then we would have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And then, so we would do 3 times 3, which would be 9. And 2 times 2 again, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So we would just times 16, and then we would just multiply it and get our answer. So basically, that's how we're going to do it. So we just put it out, write the exponent out, and then solve it, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, anything, and just solve it out like that. Okay, so another question I come across that a lot of kids ask is that what if you have an exponent with a negative power? For example, if you have 2 with negative 3, then what do you do? So what you would do, basically, you would just put the 2 over 1. So you just put 1 as a fraction, put the 2 down here, and you just put the exponent just like that, without any sign or anything. And then you would just solve it. So 2 times 2 times 2, so this would be 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 equals 8. So this would equal 1 over 8. And that's how you would do it. I really hope you guys liked my video. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you guys all next time. Bye!